What's up everyone? Today I have for you yet another level 3 SWAT achievement and by this time I might be getting a little bit redundant already because in case you don't know, I have already gotten the badge for SLOT twice. I even managed to get the achievement for my roommate. So I've had some very good luck with SLOT and yeah, I'm going to be abusing that luck in this run. Thankfully I managed to get it in the earlier rounds because usually if I get SLOT in the late rounds I'm usually in the middle of a meme run, so I'm thankful that I don't get to end up in such a mess and have SLOT visit me that way. But yeah, having it on turn 2, I think it's one of the best outcomes that you could be hoping for because obviously if you get it too late you might not find enough chocolates to get it to level 3, and I guess it's a downside if you find it too early as well, because you're going to be taking some early losses. I was kinda lucky that I didn't get that loss last round. It was only a draw, but I think this round is going to be a loss. Let's see. I think it's looking like a loss. Yeah, you can see it's really not easy to get ahead of the competition. As much as I hate to say it, SLOT is kind of like a dead weight unit, and you have to learn how to play around it. Thankfully I managed to get a snail so that the loss I suffered wasn't entirely unjustified. Also, I forgot to mention, you probably could tell by now, but if you can tell, this is from before the update. I think this is actually a run one day before the update happened, so we're back to the 10 life system, and honestly it's quite a bit more punishing than than how the game is right now, with 5 lives and the ability to get a life back at turn, turn 3 if you have lost a life on turns 1 or 2. But I think I'm doing quite well right now. I've only lost 2 hearts and the build is looking quite strong already. Usually an easy way to get ahead of the competition is to get garlic armor on a big unit if you have one. Thankfully I have 2 big units in the ant and the slot, so it's going to be quite nice for me that I have the opportunity to get 2 garlics. I guess the otter is also a big unit, so I have basically 3 big units. And if you're wondering what I'm doing right now, I'm just setting up for a level up. That's standard procedure if you want to play the game. Like even for meme runs you usually want to do stuff like this, because on turn 7 you have a chance to find the tier 5 unit on the level up, and the tier 5 units are not only good, but also there are quite a few of them. Not as many of them as the other tiers, so you can kind of guarantee the unit that you want to have, or that you want to get, excuse me. And you can see I basically high rolled as much as I could with the seal. Like I think seal and monkey were the 2 best options that I could be hoping for, and I got the seal. So what the game plan is right now is I should be finding more squirrels. That way the seal can be finding and eating more foods, and also I have a higher chance of finding more chocolates, so that I can obviously level not only the slot but the seal as well, because seal at level 1 is kind of weak. You can see like +1/+1 buff. At this point in the game it's alright, but later on it's going to be not quite enough. Thankfully I did manage to find the squirrel, sadly only one. I would have gladly sold the flamingo for yet another squirrel, but this is the situation I'm in, and yeah, it's looking quite nice honestly. I think this is going to end up a draw, yeah, barely a draw, which is good for me because I want to have as many turns as possible to find as many chocolates as possible. And here I peeled the flamingo. I'm like, this turn it's going to get replaced anyway. It's just a matter of time before I find the ideal unit, hopefully a squirrel, and yeah, here it is. And yeah, this is basically the ideal setup you could be hoping for, I think. Like the other alternative that you could be doing is Bison with Monkey, maybe a Swan on the side to give you money to roll more times to get more chocolates. It's kind of unfortunate that because of the transition that I made I'm going to be losing some fights, but that's just what you sign up for when you're running double Squirrel CO. You'll see later on that it's going to pay off. I really want to give the slot some chocolate right now, but I can't really afford to do it because if I focus on the slot too much I'm just going to be losing, so the CO is getting the chocolate instead. And yeah, hopefully it manages to get to level 2 next turn. Like I'll be seeing 4 foods in the shop, so that should be more than enough to get it to level 2. And unfortunately I lose this round, the maths didn't work out in my favor. But sadly no level 2 just yet, but I did manage to find 2 steaks and a melon, so my team is going to get a big power spike. And yeah, I'm just wondering what I should be giving the melon to. I was thinking about if I should be giving it to the seal or not, but I ended up giving it to the slot. And I managed to get 2 chocolates and a seal level up, so next turn is going to be even crazier. For now my only job is to survive until next turn. I'm kind of in the vulnerable spot. Like I think if I end up against the summon team they beat me. Let's see what I end up against. It's Elephant Camel, which if you know me, I love to see that matchup. I usually think that Elephant Camel or Elephant Blowfish is kind of overrated, so I'm happy to be matched up against it and thankfully win. Getting the slot to level 2 this turn, even better. Maybe a slight misplay, I should have given the seal some honey first before giving it the melon, so that it could have buffed my team for 4 more stats. I don't think it's a fatal mistake, but it's certainly quite a misplay. And thankfully I ended up going against this snipe build once again, which I have sufficient stats to beat. And the run is looking quite scary, honestly. You might be thinking that oh, you have the perfect setup, you're at 7 wins, the slot is already at level 2, but I can't really guarantee that I'll be getting more chocolates, says the guy as he immediately gets a chocolate in the shop. But it's really not that simple. I have to kind of balance between scaling with the seal and giving the slot chocolate. I guess it's kind of that way when you're running any kind of slot run. You have to balance between giving the slot chocolate and actually managing to win. And the shop foods aren't really doing me many favors. It's just mushrooms and stuff that I usually would take, but if I'm have a slot on my team, I'm kind of tryharding and I don't really have much time left at 8 wins already. But I think this round I should end up winning, because if I lose obviously the video is over and there's no level 3 slot on my team, so I would have clickbaited you. I wouldn't do that to you obviously. So here we are at 9 wins with level 2 and 2/3 slot. It's very painful to pass up so many 1 gold cost foods, but I can't really risk not finding a chocolate. In hindsight it would have obviously been better to get the foods, but I couldn't really guarantee that I would have gotten a chocolate. So anyway, this is going to be it for me. Like, sub, do all the generic stuff. Sadly this run didn't win, but I think it was very fun regardless, and I'll see you next time. Take care.